Thank you all so very much. We were delaying because my team is coming from LA, but they've apparently been carried away by Lyft. A distant region of the state. I want to thank everybody on this patio. I'm sorry we had to wait a while and a number of people have left, but every one of you means absolutely the world to me. And one of the greatest quotes in my life is, "Never send to know where man's glory most begins and ends, but say my glory was I had such friends." So I thank you all for being my friends.
Yes.
My wonderful nephew, who is the guy who helped me up on the stage, has been at every election. And this is truly a labor of love tonight. I want to just give a shout out to Jake Clements and Ann Evans, who helped put this together. My very dear friend and a man who's helped me so much to make this run, because he keeps my house working, but is also the marvelous caterer tonight, Jonathan Moon. And several of my team said I shouldn't name people off because then I would miss somebody, and that's all true. But I want to say to each and every one of you, I have had an amazing experience in this election. And I know there's a lot of room for regret, but I have no regrets. I feel like we got some real traction. We got some of the other people to talk about some things that needed to be talked about. And I really do believe that the conversation, nobody was talking preschool, nobody was talking K-12, nobody was talking tuition-free college, and now they're all at least talking about tuition-free community college, at least 2 years, and they're talking about preschool, a lot of them. And Antonio, to his credit, gave me a shout out the other night saying that I'd educated him and he decided to become a preschool advocate. To each of you I say, though, this was in fact a heavy lift, and I really couldn't have done it without so many of you who helped me on so many different levels. And I really do believe that you've helped me, some of you, for many, many, many years. My longest suffering friend of 64 years, Karen, is here from Texas. But a lot of you I've known for a long time, and some of you worked for me in the legislature and then in the State Department of Education, and I even have a former boss here from the old phone company. Let me just say that life is really a bowl of cherries, they say. I know we all have the bitter and the sweet. We all have the heavy lifts and the tough work. But if you have a chance to be on a mission where you're surrounded by glorious people who happen to be your friends, who happen to be inspirational, who happen to believe in the future in a way that really makes them step up and make a difference, then it's extraordinary. I say to each and every one of you, men and women who are here tonight, it is in fact important that we change the conversation about politics in this state and in our nation. It has to be less about money and more about posterity. Remember, posterity. It's the only interest group important enough to be named in the preamble to the Constitution of the United States. Secure these blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So it's time for us to insist that from this day forward, the people we represent, and I really and truly do believe that this is important, and I've got some wonderful electeds here, former electeds here, I will just say, spouses of electeds here, I will just say to each and every one of you, we have got to stop making decisions about today and start making decisions for tomorrow. Person on this patio has heard my favorite quote, which is Neil Postman, who said, "Children are living messages we send to a time we'll never see." I say to you, that is truly what we all need to be thinking about. What is our message to the future? And whether you're parents or not, whether you're grandparents or not, whoever you are, it is all about our posterity. It's about thinking about tomorrow and making decisions about tomorrow. And it is about, in fact, dreaming big dreams. And so I think we got some traction, and I think we got some opportunities to get some people thinking about some stuff. But I just urge you all to stay engaged, stay involved. Most of you, I don't have to say that to you, you're very engaged and involved. But at the end of the day, I really do hope you'll help other people you know to be engaged and involved. I had a lot of Lyft drivers that voted for me in the last few weeks. But I had one a couple of days ago that was a former teacher. And I'm really, really sad to say he'd given up. He'd stopped voting. We have to make sure nobody stops voting, that we're all thinking about how we change this future into something that's glorious. And so, that was your contribution to the landfill. No, we're recycling, we're Davis. But in truth, I want to just say I have had an amazing experience. I have no regrets whatsoever that I did this. I feel very much like it was the right decision to do it. And although I used to be taller, there are so many people on this patio who have done extra work, who volunteered, who took time off their jobs to volunteer and help me. And I cannot ever thank all of you enough. But just keep engaged, keep involved, and demand that people that said, yeah, I'm with Delaine, I'm with Delaine, you saw the ad, I agree with Delaine, that they don't forget, now that they're in the final two, that they said, they thought some of these things, these crazy ideas were actually the right ideas.
That's right.
So to each and every one of you, I cannot tell you how blessed I feel to have you as my friends. And many of you have worked long and extended hours and thankless tasks that are not, I mean, some people here probably have arthritis because of their texting the last week. But a special thanks to my wonderful team. I have to say Jennifer Rindall's been an amazing campaign manager.
Yes.
I want to thank Catherine Welsh, who has left tonight, but she was the campaign chair. She's been a full-time volunteer working 60 or 80 hours a week. And I also, though, Naja took time off of her job to volunteer. Dina took time off to volunteer. So many of you, Mary, others, certainly Judy. So thank you each and every one. And I just say, let's keep engaged. Let's keep getting traction. Let's keep holding people accountable. And let's, for heaven's sakes, get big corporate interests out of running the campaigns in California.